City cruises. There, we have a booking here, guys. Go with that, anak. Where is the going on the top, dad? On the side? Thank you. Oh, it's nice inside. That's the inside, guys. Oh, and there is some. Okay. Ah, look at that. It's amazing. Sorry, kuya. Oh my god, it's amazing. Wow, look at that view. Kuya, go get somewhere nice. Kuya Gab. On the side, dad.
Sit down a minute. That's not Big Ben. That's not Big Ben.
We just have to make a brief stop here to your right, which is just beneath the London Eye. This is Waterloo Pier. We only stop here for 2 or 3 minutes and then we continue the journey and we go down to Tower Pier. So we stop here, Waterloo Pier. If anybody's leaving the boat, exit is at the back. So the back of the boat on the right hand side. But I say, we only stop here for a couple of minutes and then we do carry on. It'll take us about half an hour to get to Tower Pier. And then on this boat, you can stay with us and we go further down to Greenwich. So if you're going to Greenwich Pier, we'll be there in just over 1 hour. Once we leave this pier, we will come back, we'll come and talk to you again. We have to point out the safety on board, which is never to alarm any... So you can see we've now left Waterloo Pier, and as I mentioned as we came across, we just have to mention the safety on board. So it's never to alarm anybody, we just have to do it as we leave every pier. But like every passenger boat, we do come fully equipped with all of the up-to-date equipment as needed. Comes is #1 tourist attraction. It was built for the year 2000. Since it was built, they've carried around 60 million people. And I'm sure a lot of you have either been on there, you might be planning to while you're here. It stands 452 feet. It is the 4th largest observation wheel in the world. Big Ben is the bell that strikes the hour. So the hour bell you heard strike 12 times for 12 o'clock. That iconic bell, that bell is Big Ben. Hotel. Also to your left of the building are the 2 arched roofs. That is the Charing Cross railway station. They say that is the most central point for London. They designed that building to look like a train coming out of a tunnel. First bridge you pass beneath, a railway bridge, but there is walkways either side. These are the Golden Jubilee bridges, the walkways built 20 years ago for the 50th year on the throne for Queen Elizabeth. Wave at the people on these bridges. Always wave and smile. because people love to do that. They love to wave and smile at these boats. What they also like to do is throw things at these boats.
Oh.
So just wave and hope for the best.
Wave at the people.
That's all you can do, just wave.
Wave up that again.
And then on your left, looking across, you've got the tall stone Egyptian obelisk. This is Cleopatra's Needle. It's said to be 3,500 years old. Does make for a nice photo as you go past. If you're taking your photos, you have your cameras with you, you get uninterrupted. This is the Savoy Hotel. This building is the famous Savoy at the Strand. This was the first luxury hotel here in London. And you can stay in the roof of this hotel. To stay up there, you pay. They were called away to fight. So all of the work, it was then took over by the women. The ladies built this bridge. This bridge was built by an 80% female workforce. And they done a fantastic job, as you can see. They call it the Ladies' Bridge over the Thames. Built by the women, the Ladies' Bridge. That is the only bridge ever built on time, under budget. If you want something done properly, you get the ladies to do it, that's what they say. The concrete building to your right, that's the Royal National Theatre. So this is the boat they would have used, the St. Catherine. They no longer use that boat today. This is now a bar and a restaurant. Royalty, they do still come onto the Thames, but they got a much nicer boat today, a much newer boat. It's a rowing boat called the Gloriana. So if the king ever comes out, the William and Kate, if they ever come onto the Thames, they use the Gloriana instead. Here to your left, the City of London. Here on your right, we have the red brick building. This is apartments today. This building used to be a warehouse. This warehouse, it was made in London, and it was made in this building to your right. They don't make xoxo here anymore. They converted the building into apartments. See all the people though, standing on the balcony? That's a restaurant. It's run by Harvey Nichols, gets voted one of the top, and they'll just be apartments, and they'll sell for millions of pounds. This building to your left with the green steeped roof, that building used to be the City of London School for Boys, a very famous, very old, prestigious school in London. So there will be much room above us as we pass beneath. You don't have to worry. We might get close to the bridges, but you really don't need to worry at all. We don't often have 2 accidents in one day. You really don't need to worry at all. So the tide has been flooding in for the last 5 hours, and we're right on now the high water level. So coming down on the high tide through the bridges, see how close we do get. But very shortly the tide will start to turn, and the river level will soon start to drop. And the tide will leave London, it will ebb out to sea for 7 hours. It's been flooding in for 5 hours. It will Southwark Road Bridge. It's not very interesting, it's just a low and a narrow arch, that's all. Once we're through the bridge, looking in front of you to your right, there's a pub. This pub is called the Anchor, and that pub was built, and it is often confused with the bridge further down, which is Tower Bridge. But London Bridge has the name written on it. It really is the London Bridge. There has been 5 London bridges in 2,000 years. And I'm sure you've heard the nursery rhyme before. Some of the bridges fell down. Not all of the bridges, only a few of them. 2 of the bridges fell down. The first one was a wooden bridge and it burned down. The second and the third bridges fell down. The 4th London bridge, the Sky Garden. That building is free to visit. You go up there completely free of charge. So if you've got a big family, you go for free. Here to your right, you've got the warship, which is the HMS Belfast. Built in Belfast at Northern Ireland. Launched on St. Patrick's Day in 1938. Open to the public today, a floating extension to the Imperial War Museum. There is 9 levels to the ship. You go through the engine rooms, 9 levels to explore. Saw lots of action throughout the Second World War. Came up through Tower Bridge in the 70s and has been here ever since.
Oh, well, look, we're going to
I mentioned the bridge in front of us.
Tower Bridge now.
People always often like to get a photo of the bridge. Of course, we understand, I'm sure everybody would like a photo of the bridge. So what we like to do is go round. So don't worry about trying to get a photo just yet. We'll get closer, we turn the boat, and you will see Tower Bridge, and it'll be on your right. So wait to take your photos. Wait till you see the bridge on your right-hand side. Look on your left, you've got the famous fortress, the Tower of London. Dates back to 1078. The oldest section is in the middle. You can see the section with the 4 towers and the flag flying. This is the Norman's Keep, the White Tower. The rest of it was added to by different monarchs. Look on your left and look at the river wall. See the words written, entry to the Traitors' Gates. Beneath those words, you see the top of a bricked up arch. This archway, this was open, and it was the river entrance to the Tower of London. This would have been the entrance for the traitors to pass through.
Ayan, anak.
Traitors to the crown, they were found guilty of 100 people on the boat at the moment, so there's plenty of equipment to go round. In the unlikely event of any sort of emergency, just follow any instructions given, and of course you'll hear the announcements come over this PA system. Mainly by myself or my friend driving the boat, but just follow any instruction that's given by any member of the uniformed crew.
Just wait.
The Pelican. They gave this punch bowl. They say this is where the pirates would come to steal. They would anchor their ships here, row ashore, rob the buildings, get back on their... So at the top of the hill in Greenwich, I'll explain it anyway, the top of the hill in Greenwich Park, there's a big green dome and a house next to it. It's called Flamstead House. And at the top of that house, there's a T-mast and a big red ball. This is...
We're getting off, guys. Why? That's the bottom, guys. It's nice, yeah. The bottom. Thank you. Where's the back?
You at Greenwich, one behind you. Look at the top of the hill. See through the gap between the ship and the apartments. See the green dome and see mast on the red wall. That's the observatory. That's where the meridian line passes through. That is the point where east meets west. It's around 20 minutes from here. And it's also where they calculate later, William the Conqueror built a fortification at the end of this became the Tower of London, the ancient stone fortress where
incredible views into London.
We stuck here, guys, and look at the amount of people. We go where, anak? Next stop is ours.
Huh?
Next stop, we're going off.
Oh,
This is the downstairs, guys. It looks so posh. Anywhere, my love, we choose. It looks amazing and clean and comfortable. And there's a cafe.